Hi friends, welcome back to Authentically Blonde. I'm Lexi.
I'm Casey. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. We're really happy you're here. Make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, so we're just chilling out here on this cold winter day.
Literally chilling.
It was cold.
And it's nice to be outside even though it's cold, like going on a walk, or she went hiking today. I went on a walk.
So nice.
It was beautiful.
Sunny.
You wear your puffs and get some coffee.
Yeah. Here's a little life update, I guess. Not much new with me. I just am working and doing yoga, and I started coaching a 8th grade club volleyball team.
Cute.
Which is fun. Shout out to the girls if they're watching. And not much else, but I'm super excited because Casey is starting volleyball soon and I get to start watching her games, and I'm just really excited.
Yes, I'm really excited. We have our first game on Wednesday and it just kind of starts snowballing from there and we get more games, and I'm really excited, and it's gonna be crazy because we already had a few games cancel and switch, and so I'm not prepared for that whole mismatching situation, but
she's gonna ball out and it's gonna be so fun.
So that's my life update. Volleyball's starting, school's picking up. Yeah, last semester of college.
Wow.
Crazy times.
That is crazy.
So in this episode we kind of wanted to talk about just what it's like to be a college athlete. I know we did one on the 10 things we wish we knew, but we kind of wanted to talk more about that and just like the good things and the bad things and just kind of like what it's like each day.
So when you're a student athlete, it feels like there's a huge emphasis on the athlete side of things, but school is like, should be our first priority, although it often feels hard to get in that mindset when like volleyball literally consumes like your whole life. And I think it's just really hard, honestly, to find the balance between like making sure you're always on time to practice and weights and making sure you're just performing your best every day, but also making sure you carve out enough time to do homework, which often means missing out on a lot of sleep and
fun things with friends.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of the time practice starts at like 3:30 and I get out of the class at 3:10, so I am hustling to practice straight from class to set up the nets and everything, and for someone that has a lot of anxiety, it's very stressful to have to be like, oh my gosh, this thing to this thing, and then have to be locked in volleyball and not thinking about school or anything outside of playing volleyball. And so that's something that's kind of hard to leave everything off the court, especially when you're so busy with school. Like I might have a big exam that I need to study for, or just be assigned a huge project, and then I have to go straight to practice and just forget about it for 2 hours while I play. So that's something that's kind of hard about being a student athlete. That's one of the things, is just like communicating. You have to be a lot better at communicating when you're a college athlete, just like with everyone, everything. Making sure that everyone's on the same page, and you're talking to your professors and you're talking to your coach, and your coach often wants to know what's going on with your school, so you're kind of having to like relay all this information. But it's definitely possible. Like also employers, I mean, I guess I'm not employed yet, but I've heard employers really like to see college athletes apply for their positions because it shows that you know time management and you're a hard worker and you can balance a lot of things at once. And I'm like, that's not true. I cannot balance a lot of things at once, but
I'm trying my best.
I'm trying my put up a good act at least.
Also, when we're traveling like literally every other weekend at least, it's hard to it's literally just hard to be gone from class because I don't know, I'm not a person who can just like hear a lecture when our professors like record them. Like I'm definitely like a visual, like I need the PowerPoint and then I need to take the notes and
see
like,
the professor.
Yeah, like I just have like a different learning style, so that part was really hard for me to just like listen to a lecture and then take notes and stuff. So you just have to be diligent about like reading your textbooks actually, which I failed to do very thoroughly.
But it's nice too when everyone on your team's in the same boat, because you'll take like 3 of you will go down to the lobby in hotels when you're traveling and just work on homework together, and it's nice to have all be on the same page so you can all be doing the same things.
Yeah. So also like the social life aspect is really hard because you are forced to say no to a lot of things when like you're in over your head with school, or you have practice, or you're gone for the weekend, so it's hard to balance just your relationships, I guess. Like luckily, like our team, we're all super close, but yeah, we were all best friends, so it was like nice that we like liked each other, and that like getting to room together and do fun things outside of volleyball was like hanging out. So that part was nice, but also it's hard to be away from someone that you're dating. We both dated athletes, and it's hard when you're both traveling at different times, and you have practice different times, and it's hard to make sure you're making time for the people in your life that matter the most, so.
Yeah. It's been nice dating someone that also is in athletics because they understand your busy schedule and they're like, okay, I have practice, I understand why you can't text me, or I understand why you're really busy and stressed and can't hang out tonight because you're doing homework because you just practiced. Yeah. But it's also really hard because you could be gone when they're home, and then the day you come home, they leave, and it's just like, what is going on?
It's just like focusing on the big picture and like being happy for one another, and knowing that like you're both doing something awesome and cheering each other on, I think is like the coolest part about it.
One of like the most important things I think about being a student athlete that I didn't really think about but I think is super awesome is just to have friends and relationships and like all these people around you that support you in your sport too. Like, I know that you're not your sport. We would never say that we are volleyball players, that's all we are. We actually hate that. Yeah. But it's really nice that like for people to recognize, to acknowledge that you're playing sports, like, or to watch your games. Like when friends watch your game, like I'm so excited Lexi's gonna be watching our games, or anybody, and I think it's fun to have this like community that supports you in the thing that you're working so hard on doing on top of school, and so that's really rewarding when it comes down to it, that like your group that you're working on a project with text you and is like, good game Casey, like see you in class,
professors or something, they'll like shout you out in class, and you're like, woo-hoo.
You're like, oh, but also thanks.
So obviously we're not trying to convince you to not play a college sport, because obviously it has impacted our lives in such a great way. But it is hard, and it's important to recognize that before you just like decide to go for it, which will be probably like one of the most transformational decisions you probably ever make, in a good way or a bad way or both. Like I think I have dealt with the hardships and the really high highs, I guess, of playing, so I mean, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Yeah, it's definitely a unique experience for 4 or 5 or 6 years, I guess. But again, we wouldn't trade it for the world. It's really hard, but once you're done, or once you're going through it, kind of, you're like, this is really rewarding. I feel like I could do anything now that I have taken like full load of school, volleyball, friends, like all of this stuff. Like now when I go to work and I'm done at 5, I'm like, I feel like I need to be doing something. Going to like practice. Where is my homework, and where is like, I don't know, it just feels like I feel guilty for doing nothing, which I think is a really toxic thing, because we've just been trained that like kind of relaxing is not in the books, you know? Yeah. So actually we just met with 2 new friends of ours, Emily and Laura, who started this From Grads to Glory blog about the transition from being a college athlete to real life, work life, and that's kind of like what Lexi was talking about, like finding purpose in life outside of athletics, and we had such a good time meeting with them. Yeah, so we're really looking forward. We're actually going to be doing an interview with them and kind of talking about their time transitioning from sports to the real world, and things they've struggled with and things that they have found that they're passionate about, which is just super awesome to talk to them about. So we're excited to share what they have to say with all of you, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, and if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and make sure to subscribe. Bye guys!